G'day mate, Cobber here. Today we received the Turkish League team of the season so far, and with it, we got Ramadal Falcao's free unlockable card. Today I'm actually going to unlock this card and show you how he plays in-game. Really test him out, put him to test, see if he's good enough to be in your FUT Champions side. Obviously a little hard to link, but if he's that good, I'm sure you can work your way around it with icons. And if he's not great, at 90 rated, currently the cheapest 90 rated you can buy is 50k, so you get $50,000 worth of assets. 4 items to complete. Some of them can be done in squad battles, all of them could be done in rivals, so it's up to you how you're going to break it down. I'm going to do a few parts today in squad battles because I'm trying to get the icon swaps completed. I'm close to unlocking Hullet, and then I'll do the other part in rival. So first and foremost, score in 3 separate squad battles matches on a minimum of professional difficulty. I'm using Super League players. I'm actually going to test out some of the team of the seasons and see how they play in that. So I might show you bits of that, probably just edit that out. Score 2 goals in 2 separate squad battle matches, again with 85 shooting. We'll talk about that in a second. Assist a goal in 3 separate rivals matches using Colombian players. I've gone ahead and picked up the James Rodriguez Scream card for 120k. He said on Footbin that he's going for 130k. I got him a bit of a snipe there. I'd say his price will be interesting over the coming week, with him being the most useful Colombian player, and also with the Spanish League team of the season being in packs right now. So I think that, yeah, his price will fluctuate. Try and buy him at the right time of day. So if you can pick him up at in the UK around about dinner time, he'll be the cheapest, and then try and sell him on around about overnight, 1 a.m, 3 a.m time, you'll get your money back. So buy him when there's a lot of traffic on the market, sell him when everyone is asleep in Europe, and that's when players usually cost the most. And then score and assist in 4 rivals matches with forwards of 4-star weak foot. Pretty much most of you good players are 4-star weak foot these days, so you'll just do that one naturally by grinding out and playing rivals matches with good players. So before I jump in and get him unlocked, and we're going to do him pretty fast, I'm just going to show you 1 or 2 things. So firstly, I've got Sloth, I don't know how you pronounce his name, this Norwegian fella. He's going to be the guy that I use to score with above 86 shooting in these squad battles matches, so I'm just going to sub him on. He's got really low agility and balance, but a cracking shot on him, so we'll see how he feels in game, whether he turns like a truck or whether he's useful. This is Falcao's card, and actually what the stats look like. So Falcao with 86 agility, 86 balance, 94 reactions, and a really high composure. He's also got good strength and aggression, so hopefully he turns quite well. He's a 5'10", so height's played a bit of an interesting role in how sharp players feel this year. And he also has finesse shot trait, outside the foot trait, and power header trait, the 3 best for attacker. Not so much the header is important this year, but the other 2 are really good for game mechanics and finishing. Game number 1 done. Now I tell you what, don't let stats fool you. Aguadello, the 87 rated unlockable you get from the objectives, from the season pass, this man couldn't pass a seeing eye test with a pair of binoculars. He is so bad. Every single time I get into attacking air with him, he feels like a genuine slug. He misses 5 shots out of 6. And then when it comes to the team of the season, Alexander Sorloth that I bought, might as well have Kenny Dalglish up there. And when I say Kenny Dalglish, I don't mean the icon Kenny Dalglish. I mean current grandpa, 70-year-old Kenny Dalglish. This man turns like a fridge. It's like he's been eating everything out of the fridge as well. He's an absolute slug, clunky as heck. I kicked an own goal in the 90th minute, so I could go to extra time and try and get this Turkish League goal, which in the end we did. But it was just disgusting. He missed a pen. He finally got on the score sheet when I put him into cam, so I could actually get a run off the ball, because every time he was at striker, I sent him for a run and he goes for a canter off into the park to pick up today's paper or something. Just trash, genuine trash. What a horrendous guard. So frustrating first game. He managed to he got man of the match because I fed him the ball 1,001 times and he finally scored some goals. But all he can do is shoot on his left foot when the opportunity is put on a platter. That's it. Timely reminder that if you're playing squad battles, you can press right trigger to update and refresh your opponents, and then play against the easier teams, so that if you're struggling on any difficulty, it makes life a lot easier and it's just a bit more fun. So going to the next game, I got rid of Sloth up front. I brought in Cruz instead, but I also need to score with 86 level shooting, so we're going to sub in Rodriguez and Romarinho, or maybe some of the other players in my team. Let's go. Game number 2, that game I got 4-0 up and then just did the hack where you can go to the final third and do the dummy shot and stop and just saw out the game. I put Cruz up front instead of Sloth and he is exceptionally better, so much sharper on the ball, great finisher. And I think EA are a bunch of frauds, like the fact that cards, I put a Hunter on Hammers and he's now got 80 pace, he still feels like he's got 50 pace. Cruz a lot more sharp. And yeah, that DC on the last game, man, made me vomit my mouth. EA, fix your servers, boy. Okay, so the squad battles component's done. Once I got Cruz in there, it was way easier to do all that. He seems a lot sharper on the ball. And I'd be interested actually to try out his Team of the Season card because his regular card is really nice. And whether EA actually upgrade the card or whether it's just a pretty picture for a pretty price, that's another whole story. But we'll open this 2-player pack. I'm going to get the Rivals games done now. I'm going to try and get another Colombian in there so that I'm not forced to feed it to Hammers and then people can just defend my Hammers the whole time. So I'm going to go and pick up Cuadrado as well. And hopefully then they'll give me a couple options to score with Colombians at the same time. Lads, it is done. Team of the season so far, Falcao is in the club. I learned a lot along the way. But I'm so glad to have him here and I can now go and review him for you all. Show you exactly how he feels, how he plays. But that's the man right here. Welcome to the team, Mr. Falcao. Hopefully you will be able to score us a bunch of goals. So come on in you go. We'll get him into a squad and see how he feels. When it comes to reviewing this player in regards to the challenges, in the Super League score in 3 separate squad battles matches, I would definitely recommend Max Cruz and probably try and get 2 Turkish players so that you're not just constantly trying to feed the one guy. If you've got a couple of options there, it's the best way to go about it. So I'd get 2 forwards from the Turkish League when doing that. Scoring 2 goals in 2 separate squad battles matches with 85 shooting. You should have players that have 85 shooting at this point in the game. So yeah, maybe even get Cruz's Team of the Season. If you've got the cash, have a bit of play with it, see what it's like. When it comes to Colombian class, assisting a goal in 3 separate matches, you don't have to win the game. So I'd suggest get in Cuadrado, get in James Rodriguez. You might even want to try a few of the Cotton Bowl players, like those brown special cards. But you don't have to win. So if you want to leak goals and like let the opponent score like 4 or 5 goals, then they might let you score a goal. That's one way of getting around that, to just get it out of the way. You might even want to send them like a party chat invite or a message. Just be careful if you're pausing and messaging someone, it'll dial out and you'll take a disconnect. So best to send them a party and chat invite or use the app and you can send them a message there without timing out. When it comes to scoring and assisting in 4 Rivals wins using forwards with a minimum 4-star skill miss, some things to note, because I thought I had done this one, like nearly finished it, and then I realized I'd done none of it because I'd made a massive mistake. The players need to be right wing, striker, or center forward. So I had Kent on the bench alongside Orsic. Subbed them both on because they had the 5-star weak foot, and because they're in the left mid position, they didn't count. Another game I won, but De Bruyne is in cam, not center forward, so his assist didn't count either. So you need to make sure that you have your players in striker, right forward, right or left forward, or right wing. So Moses, even though he's in a left mid position here, because he has left wing on his card, it counts as a forward. Okay, so it's what's on the card itself. And I even subbed on Figo at the end there, even though I didn't need him, to get De Bruyne out because I wanted another forward in there to get the assists. So Dembele got some for me. Mariano was actually a real surprise package. He actually was getting better the more I played with him, got a feel for him. And not the best in the world, but still definitely something to consider when you're doing that forward one, because it's the hardest one. You want to stack your team out and then have a good amount of forwards to use. So a game in the books with him, definitely a bit of fake news by EA when it comes to 90 pace and all that kind of, extended stats. I feel like he plays like pretty much his base card. I scored with him, I had plenty of touches with him. This one's on his weak foot against a decent rated keeper. But yeah, I don't know. At this point in the game, I already feel like you'd be far better served with any of the top tier meta players, or even like, and I'm not even kidding here, just a gold Harry Kane would be a better attacking option at this point from what I've seen. And I support Arsenal. I can't stand Spurs. So that's how I feel about him at present. We'll get into a game of Rivals and try and get him in the side on 10 chem in the starting 11 and see if I can get a better feel for him. Looking to score finesses with Traore here, as well as getting a good feel for Falcao. Positioning there, good finish in an important moment. I probably could have just shot with Moses, but I wanted to give Falcao that opportunity to see whether he would fluff his lines or not, which he didn't. We continue to press on, really looking to get him on the ball like at every opportunity. I don't know if this guy's cotton onto that yet or not. I don't think he has. I think he's pretty much trying his absolute hardest to get the win here. And yeah, watching all the replays and dancing and whatnot. But we'll just keep pressing, doing our thing. Game number 2 on 10 chemistry, a bit of an interesting side. I've got the 4-3-1-2. He's up top with Larson. I'm using Coman just out of place at centre mid to finish that off with Cruz, who was really helpful in the objectives. I'm going to change it up straight away. So we'll move some things around. I'm happy to keep Coman in the midfield. He's actually been really good for me there in the past. But I need to keep Adama on to try and score those finesse shots for the other objective. And then to finish things off up top, I'll put Mariano there too. And we'll try that lot out, and we'll see how that team performs. This is the make or break to see whether or not he's worth your time. Bit slow out of the exchange there. On the pen well. Good save. Ball. What a ball. Straight down the keeper's throat. Strong there, strong there. Oh, got the foul away. There's another pan. Alright, I do need to get finesse goals with the Dharma. So I am going to go with the Dharma on this one. And I am going to go back over to the right. I'm going to bring it back to the middle. Oh yeah. I would have done the exact same thing with him there, so I don't really feel like there was a need to use Falcao, because I was legit just going to do the same technique, and he was just looking at my head movement the whole time. Burst. Offer again. It was good work by Falcao there for sure. I like his passing game. I think I probably should have shown a little bit more composure with De Bruyne, and that would have been a simple goal. Hey, let's go, Falcao. Great attacking positioning. I thought he was offside that whole time then. Good strength. Zakaria. Final thoughts. I think he's far better served at cam than what he is at striker. I think that the 3-star skill moves really let him down. He has good short passing. I had 95 in-game short passing with that passing boost. I think the long passing isn't really an issue at cam. The strength was felt. It was good. The aggression was good. Shooting was nice. Heading's broken in this game, so it doesn't really matter. He's a 90 rated. I'd probably say he's pretty similar to Lewandowski's base card, Harry Kane's base card. So yeah, they're obviously better chemistry alternatives. But if you want to get a 90 rated card in your team, go and grind ahead and use the method that I showed you. If this video helped you at all or might help a friend, feel free to share it with them. Hit like if you appreciated it. And until next time, take care and I'll see you soon. Cheers. Bye.